Well, market moves in August raised more questions than any answer just before the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit. Trading in August reflected U.S. President Trump and his chorus singing the administration's rhetoric. But too much is resting on U.S. courts, even as the latest ruling of Trump tariffs being illegal on Friday came post-market close, leading into the long holiday weekend. The direction for U.S. tariffs is up, not down, because the pressure on the White House from financial markets has diminished since April. But the volatility and the moves in the dying session of the month showed September will see a legal challenge to tariffs. The big wild card would be if the Supreme Court strikes down Trump's country-specific tariffs. There would be chaos in global markets, no doubt. But there are plenty of other powers at the president's disposal to impose tariffs through other means. While Trump extended the truce with China, he upped his tariffs on India for buying Russian oil. But those tariffs have brought India and China closer. Analysts now say it is no longer China plus one, but China plus India. The SCO summit is being called an important step in that direction. In August, gold made a remarkable comeback, even as Wall Street's momentum train hit full speed into September. The yellow metal rose to near record highs, soaring 5% during the month. Crude oil and Bitcoin took the biggest hit in August. Benchmark Brent oil fell nearly 6% on worries about crude flows. However, the other side of the argument was reflected in the dollar's decline in August. Trump claims billions of dollars in revenue from tariffs, but the U.S. currency took a beating, reflecting investors' bet on who is actually winning. Investor caution is also driven by fresh political pressure on the Federal Reserve. Moving on to the Asia-Pacific stock markets. China's main stock index led the gains in the region with 8% gains. The U.S.-China trade truce kept investors betting on Chinese stocks. Japanese stocks were not left behind. Japan's Nikkei closed out the month with a 4% gains, and the OC index rose 2.6%. But the only exception and the most telling move is reflected in Indian stocks, taking a beating from Trump's 50% tariffs. The Indian benchmark closed out August with 1.7% losses. And in the Americas, Wall Street stocks hit fresh record highs during the month. The S&P 500 notched a fourth straight monthly gain. However, a tech rout weighed on sentiment before the September challenge for stocks. September has usually been a bad month for global stocks. Last week's wobble offered insights into what to expect in September. But Brazilian and Canadian stocks showed grand gains to show a different mood for these countries. And across the Atlantic, European stocks reflected the reality. The nuanced moves in benchmarks across regions showed mixed sentiment. While the UK's FTSE gained, the French CAC and the German DAX ended in the red. The South African stock index was a standout with 3.4% gains. Well, what happens in the Russia-Ukraine peace talks is likely to drive European stocks in the month ahead, rather than Trump's drama on social media.